My name is Hunter McShaw. I am 11 years old and I really want to save our rhino. I saw on social media one day that there was an orphaned baby rhino who was abandoned by his mother in the middle of the night.
He said straight away, looked me in the eye and he said to me, I want to help this baby rhino. I want to give my pocket money. I want to ask my friends. I want to ask everyone we know to help me contribute to make sure this baby gets milk and has an amazing carer.
I instantly knew that if we just let this one rhino die, that's one less from the population. I asked my Mum if I could have the privilege of coming up with a social media account so I can raise money for this rhino so it could live to have a longer and happier life. And she said sure, and that's where it all started. And it's such a big privilege because I was 7 years old back then, and I'm sure no 7-year-old is allowed to have a social media page.
Die kalfie is Osita gedoop en dit was nie lank voor donasies begin instroom het nie.
When we had the baby and we heard about Hunter Mitchell that raised about 10,000 Rand and he was 8 years old, we couldn't believe this. We were like, there's a kid that raised 10,000 Rand for a baby rhino. We were like so excited, we thought, yeah, let's bring him and introduce him to the rhino.
Die ontmoeting met bewaringsbestuurder Divan Grobler en Osita het Hunter se lewe verander. Divan het vir Hunter alles geleer wat hy weet oor renosterwesie grootmaak.
The first day he got there, we could see that there was a passion igniting in this young soul's life. And so that's why we took him as an ambassador and pumped him full of knowledge, and it just ignited from there and just grew more into a passion. And he started becoming a light for other young warriors out there.
So I'm extremely fortunate because normally I wouldn't be able to meet this baby rhino. I just had to give over the money and keep raising money for them. But here, Aquila is a very special place where all these animals are rescued, and the people here are very kind. And it was such a privilege for them to be able to let me meet this baby rhino and have a journey with them. People normally complain that we did human contact on them, and people don't really like that, but we had to because we need to do that for the first 2 years of their life, because what the mom would have done is had a certain temperature for their milk, the shade and the mud baths, but since they don't have a mom, we needed to do that for them as their mom. And so without us doing human contact on them, they would have died.
Hunter het aangehou om vir Osita en ook vir Jumbo, 'n ander weesrenostertjie, geld in te samel. Tot nou toe het Hunter al meer as 250,000 rand vir renosterbewaring ingesamel.
So the money that was raised by Hunter enabled us to build this rhino boma for the babies to make our life much easier, but most importantly, it was to make the lives better for the rhinos rehabilitation stages back into the wild.
En dit is die einddoelwit, dat die renosters na die natuur waar hulle hoort kan terugkeer. Dit is ook 'n groot deel van Hunter se bewarings- en teenstropingsboodskap.
Endangered animals across Africa like wild dog, rhino, elephant, pangolin, those are really unique animals to Africa, and that's why I love them. But the sad part about them is that they're being killed for a body part like rhinos' horns, elephants' tusks. I get invited to go to schools and businesses to talk about me and Divan's stories and how you can make a change, and especially with schools. I think that's the best part because you can educate children and spread more awareness, because that child can go to the parents and tell them about it and spread it on. That's just as important as fundraising.
We need to hand over the baton to the next generation of the kids, the youth, and the youth, through the power of the youth voices and their voice, people will listen, and that can take it more into their generation to save these species.
Vroeër vanjaar is Hunter met die tweede prys in die internasionale Eco Hero Youth Awards vereer.
I feel very honored to be one of the winners of the Young Eco Hero Awards, and I'm also very grateful for it because it puts me on another platform where I can spread my word internationally.
Natuurlik is Hunter se ouers besonder trots op hom.
I'm surprised by the commitment of someone so young. It's you know, kids go through phases, and We are 3 years down the track and he is just as committed and if not more than he was from the very beginning. He's a naughty, normal preteen that gives us trouble, but am I proud of Hunter? Yeah, it's impossible not to be.
Teen 11-jarige ouderdom het hy al soveel bereik. Hoe lyk die pad vorentoe?
I really want to be a nature conservationist like Diovan is, and so that we can work together in the future and start making change like we are doing now. I'm writing a children's storybook called The Last One, and it's about a little baby rhino who has lost its whole crash.
Dis al meer as 2 jaar sedert Osita en Jumbo gered is. En nou het dit tyd geword om alle kontak met mense te verbreek, sodat hulle regtig weer wilde renosters kan word. Dis geen wonder dat dit 'n emosionele proses vir Hunter is nie.
It's the greatest feeling of seeing Osita and Jumbo back in the wild, and I just wish they could live up to their highest lifespan. That bond is always going to be in my heart, and hopefully it's going to be in Osita's heart as well. And probably when me and Osita and I get older, we'll be able to see each other, but from a far distance, because we're not allowed to be near each other. Yeah. There's a place in my heart for rhinos, and that's why I'm so passionate for them.